In the past years, I've created over 100 different go-to-market strategies for different startups. All in all, they've generated over 54 million in new sales. And today in this video, I'd like to walk you through some of the main principles and checklists that I use to create successful go-to-market strategies for B2B SaaS startups. So one of my favorite frameworks, which I would be referring to today, is called PAAS Framework. And let me break it down for you. Is going to be standing for pain, audience, channel, and expansion. Here, every successful go-to-market strategy comes down to you understanding, okay, what's the pain you're solving for people. You can be strategizing about the features, the channels, and everything, but first you need to understand, okay, what's the biggest pain point you're solving, and then immediately once you get clear on what's the pain that you are solving, you then can understand what is the audience that's facing this issue the most. For example, I get approached by different startups who are doing 10 different channels at once and have little clarity on which one they should be going all in with, which one they should be doing at all, and so on. And it's not that you can just flip a coin and then put all your efforts for the next 3 years just executing one of them. Instead, you want to always come down to understanding where is my audience that's facing this one issue I'm solving the most badly. Because then once you understand that this ideal customer profile with this audience is the one facing the issue most badly, this is when you go towards them. So for instance, if you have created a enterprise SaaS solution which is saving time on project management, and now you're figuring out, okay, what should be my go-to-market strategy. First, you need to understand what is the exact pain point I'm solving. Here it would be, okay, I'm allowing manufacturing companies to save money on, say, projects going beyond the estimated budget. Had a use case like that recently. And the person was getting in front of people who have got 10 employees, 20 employees, 100 employees, and so on. And he was just afraid to be reaching out to larger organizations who are actually facing this issue much deeper, and it's costing them so much more. So what we've done is we went to different places to get the lead list, set up the LinkedIn and cold email campaigns, because as you understand, the people who are in manufacturing companies, they can be reached through cold email and LinkedIn, and that's why we chose such channels. And then we thought, okay, what are different use cases in which his product can be applicable? And that's how we understood, okay, it will only be saving, say, 100k to 300k for companies that are below 50 employees, and it will be saving 1 to 10 million for companies that are between 50 and 500 employees. So that's why we went into scraping the lead lists in this bracket, and we were getting so many more interested replies than previously, because the people who belong to this target group resonated with this pain point a lot more. And many times the founder misses this important thing, that if, for example, you came up with this manufacturing SaaS solution while working at a company that had 200 employees, most likely you'll have the best chances of selling it to other companies who also are on a similar employee size. And that's how it would really doubtfully resonate with people who, for example, are running organizations which are in a completely different employee size span. So once we understand the pain, we then can define audience much better, and this gives us clarity on the next thing, which is the channel. Because once we know which audience we want to be reaching out to, we then can see, okay, what are the channels through which we can reach this audience? And that's how, with most of the B2B SaaS startups I'm working with, it's often cold email, cold calling, LinkedIn ads, LinkedIn content marketing, and then LinkedIn outbound. 90% of startups I have worked with so far, we would go in one of those, just because majority of B2B high ticket B2B SaaS products are sold to audiences that are hanging out in these channels. On a more rare occasions, we would go into Google ads, Facebook ads, and some SMS marketing, but most often this would be these ones. And it's also an interesting transition that sometimes it's about going from one channel to 3-5 channels just to get more traction and see, okay, what can be the best performing one. And then in different occasions, it's actually the goal to go from 5 or 3 channels to double down on one to hit the 3 million ARR milestone quicker, just because you need to be able to measure and see what is the period you're going through with the company. Because if you have not validated a single channel yet, usually to extent of 1 million ARR, usually it would be the journey of testing multiple channels to double down on one and make one of them work and get you to 83K a month. And then once you're at this milestone, you then transition to doing 3 channels and not one channel, just because you have more resources and you can afford to execute more experiments in other channels as well. However, the fun story is like every case is unique, and that's why better book a call with me on saascam.com strategy, so I can take a look at your situation and tell you, okay, which channels make the most sense and what should be the go-to-market strategy in your case. And then lastly, after we have the information, okay, on the pain, then we test 3 buyer personas to understand the best audience. We're usually using 3 channels at the same time to see how they compare and get our cost per lead in different range. And then we move into expansion. Will not write the whole word here. When we expand, we want to make sure that all the funnel steps throughout the buyer journey are in place, because for example, right now I'm running LinkedIn ad campaigns for my business at the moment, and every day I'm double checking, okay, what's my cost per lead? What is it costing us to get people into a meeting? What is it costing us to, what are our close rates at? And this is how we are able to, and I'm able to see what are the bottlenecks, fix them accordingly. And I understand that if I were to put 50 times more money into LinkedIn ads funnel right now, potentially few things would break there. And that's why I want to dial in every part of the buyer journey first. And then I will know that, okay, from point 1 to point 10, it's all validated. And now it's just about putting more oil into the fire. So to come up with a winning go-to-market strategy for you, understand the pain, the audience, the channel, and then the expansion strategy. Following this framework, you can have a ton more clarity into, okay, which steps you proceed with each order. If you are not sure about the pain, you need to do more customer interviews and dig deeper into doing research, like within your existing customer base or the people closest to it. Then once you have idea on 3 different buyer personas and audiences, you want to test them accordingly, and then this gives you a ton more clarity on which channels to pursue, how to track them, and then which way to expand. Again, if you want more help on that, either reach out to me directly so I can help you out with that, and so that you don't need to spend years figuring this out by yourself. And because I made few mistakes in my journey when I would go and put a ton of money into the wrong channel, and that's exactly how I would end up throwing tens of thousands on some Facebook ad agencies, which ended up never delivering their promises and doing crazy other things. I don't want you to go through all these scars as I have, so again, better double check with me, or you can also watch some of my other videos on this topic on this channel. Thank you very much for watching, and wish you good luck with your go-to-market strategy.